What
up,
it
OG,
do?
triple OG?
It's your
OG,
man.
triple,
Y'all already know what it is. We got
OG.
some Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
Women are bane. If you know anything about, was it Batman Return? The Dark Knight Rises. Bane represents almost all the women I know. You know what Bane said? The same thing women be saying when they talking to they fool that married them. Dude be like, this is my house. Women put their hand on your shoulder.
Do you feel in charge?
Do you feel in charge?
Easy.
A woman will tell you outright after you married her, your money and infrastructure was important until now.
Getting better at this. I like that. You've been working on your, okay.
Your money and infrastructure was important until now. They might not say this word for word, but in court, this is how they come at you. I saw something on the internet. You know what it said? A wedding is a funeral. This is why I don't really go to weddings.
No, but I mean, so you seriously would not go if it was a close family member or a friend.
That's the one I really don't want to go to. When a man gets married, he is giving up everything.
Damn!
His financial independence, he's giving up his manhood, the instincts of a man as he is in the world. Mm-hmm. He loses a lot.
Right, but it's his choice, and he's happy, supposedly, and he's celebrating. You wouldn't want to support, like...
He's not happy.
No, but how do you know this, though, for a fact? I mean, I don't... What do you mean?
Do you know why men get married?
No, tell me. So, because you know, because this is Bond.
This is Bond. I'm going to be nice and just say 80%. 80% of men get married because they don't want nobody to have sex with the woman they want. It ain't no men out here signing up for servitude. They have invested so much into a woman that to keep her, they're willing to throw their life away. That's what most men do. Most men are not brought up to be men at all costs. I'm a man before anything. Nah, that ain't how it go. Most of us get married because we don't want nobody sleeping with the woman we got and we got used to. And that fear is so strong, we'll wind up giving in and marrying somebody. That's what happens. A wedding is a funeral. When I went to my brother's wedding, I knew he was done. I knew he was done. It's a dude in Dallas, a radio guy. He got married and he wanted everybody to send, who wasn't gonna make it, a little video. Hey, congratulations and all like that. The video, I said, don't do it. And he said everybody was laughing at the wedding. Don't do it. Snap out of it. Because, yo, how many people you know happily married? It just don't really happen.
Well, wait now. Weren't you going to go? I know
Let me tell you something about RZA, Islam, and his situation. I don't look at RZA Islam's situation how I look at most people's situation. I believe those are two people who are actually trying to be together throughout the good and the bad.
So you're actually saying you can actually sense if it's genuine or not? in couple-
Not just RZA.
No, that's what I mean. Anybody.
I watch how your woman conducts herself while she's in your presence and when she's not in your presence. And I know a lot about your relationship. I got homies who wife vagina is in my phone.
Oh, hell no.
I got Pele jackets like this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even like being around your wife because you made a bad choice at your wife. This is a lot of people I know. And I am doing my best not. Hold on, this might be one of them.
Uh-oh.
I am doing my best not to. I can't say it no other way but the truth. All my friends who make bad decisions with the wife they chose, I like to avoid your wife because most of the times when they see me in Pele jackets like this
is my Mac Daddy vibe I'm giving you.
they give me the opportunity to show them what they pussy made for. I'm serious. I don't even like going to people's house because I like I dye my beard
Right? We know this.
and hair.
Yeah.
So the way I look for a guy my age, I'm the shit around the bitches in my age group. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm not trying to brag. The women in my age group, I am a hell of a catch. So I do my best to avoid the homies' wives because the homies don't know how to pick a wife. And they will blame me after they found out I washed up in a sink near their wife.
Wow.
Back to the funeral called a wedding. Don't invite me to your wedding, my friends. I don't want to be there and watch you lie. I don't want to be there and watch you get put in handcuffs. On the internet, you know this thing I saw? It said a funeral is more sincere. People know it's the end.
Well, yeah, and they know it's the end, but not the stuff they
Who
say.
said that? The minister said that.
He don't like doing weddings. He'd rather do a funeral.
Wow. I didn't even know the minister said that.
A million times.
Because you know what you're showing up for sure. But what people are saying at funerals isn't usually genuine because they end up like really big upping the person, and the person was probably, I don't want to say an a-hole.
A dirtbag.
There you go, good one. But majority of the time, right? No, people go, wait, what? No, he was not that.
Anyway, I'm saying like everybody who is planning on attending a wedding, you get ready to get your fake smiles on because a wedding normally consists of a bitch who got her way. And she want her way the whole day from everybody. She want you to, it's women who want you to dress down if you a bad bitch, if you come into her wedding. Do you know people like that? They don't want you to outshine them at their wedding because God gave you the shine. In fact, they want you to dull yourself down at the wedding so she can look like she worth a dime. If you got to tell women at your wedding, ladies, dress down,
It's a weird shadow right
you and your marriage ain't gonna make it. I don't care who get mad at me. I'm not here for the weak.
there. That's a good one, Jeffrey Lanier.
What they say?
He said weddings are shows for people to shine.
Men get married because of how they trained by their mama. Your mama got you thinking you supposed to go out and find a bride. When the truth is, you ready for this, gentlemen? You don't know how to find a bride. You have to be lucky enough to find a woman who is willing to show you, not say, willing to show you, I choose you. When they say it, it's normally some bullshit. A woman that really choose you, show you. It ain't even no doubt in your mind when you find somebody who really is down for you and what you talking about. You ain't got to guess, you gonna know. Only problem is you gonna be in that same frame of mind if and when you get chose by a woman like that to do what's necessary to lock her down. Sometimes you might be at that stage where you ain't ready to be locked down. And you got to tell her that. I ain't going to be locked down, but hang in there. And later in life, when we both ain't got the bargaining chips, I'm yours. That's what a real man say.
All right, now this is a subject that I could talk about for days. Let's start off by the question that Corey asked, why do men get married? The reason I got married because I wanted a family. Before I got married, I had 3 baby mothers, before my wife. And I was unhappy as far as the relationship that I had with my children and also the relationship that I had with their mother. And with my last son, I told myself, if I have a child by another woman, then I'm going to marry this woman. And my wife so happened to be that woman. All of my wife's kids is by me. As far as me knowing how to pick a wife, I gotta say that I didn't know how to pick a wife. But that's something that I had to really think about because it's like, what man do know how to pick a wife? And I thought about it and I was like, what about a man molding his wife? Because that's what I did with my wife. I molded my wife into the wife that I wanted. I molded my wife to submit. I molded my wife to be family oriented. I molded my wife to be teachable. I molded my wife to the woman that she is today. Every marriage is different. You got some men that not gonna tolerate their wife doing this, or some men that'll tolerate their wife doing that. It's a lot of things that I don't tolerate my wife doing it. Me and my wife, we got married through the courthouse. It wasn't no big marriage. It was just me and her. Just me, her, and the preacher, the guy who was marrying us. And we've been married for 21 years now. And I just seen people get married and have this big old marriage where they got 100 to 200 to 300 people, and their marriage don't even last 2-3 years. And they probably spent about $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Me and my wife, we spent about, I want to say no more than $300 back in 2003. So as far as, like women wanting to have these big marriages and all that stuff, it's just a show. You know what I'm saying? Because that same woman that you gave all that stuff to, she'll divorce you and take half of everything that you got. I've been divorced before and I got married for all the wrong reasons, my first marriage. And I paid for that because, to make a long story short, she ended up having a baby on me while I was in prison. And once I got out, we got a divorce. So just like I said before, it depends on what type of woman you got, if she's teachable, if you can lead and guide her and be the wife that you trying to mold her to be. Now, me and my wife, we get our instructions as far as our marriage, how our marriage is supposed to be from the Bible. And in the Bible, it tells tells you submit to your husband. In the Bible, it tells you for the husband to provide for his family, to protect his family. We got roles. She got her role. She knows what she's supposed to do. I have my role. I know what I'm supposed to do. And it all comes together. You know, we have our problems or whatever, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm in charge and she let me play my part. Because if it's not like I'm playing my part and she playing her part, then we got all kind of problems, you know, on top of the problems that we usually have or whatnot. Corey said something about him being with another man's wife or, you know, being around another man's wife. Me, myself, I'm not checking for no another dude, girl, or wife. I said it before. I don't like sloppy seconds, especially if a man dealing with her at the same time. It's like, that's weird to me. And I've heard Corey say that he weird. That's on him. I ain't got no beef with him on that. I don't advise it. You know what I'm saying? Because it brings a lot of trouble. Some of these men might not want you dealing with their woman. And some of these men might not can take, you know, the fact that you didn't deal with their woman or you trying to deal with their woman. And some of them will crash out on you. We didn't heard these stories before. But all in all, me, myself, I believe in the Bible. I believe when it says that marriage is honorable to God. And for anybody that's had a bad experience with marriage, it's maybe you don't know how to mold a woman to be your wife. Maybe you need to get in the Bible and learn how to mold your wife. Because 9 times out of 10, a woman, and me and my wife, we talked about this before, a woman's parent is not married. So a woman don't know how to be a wife. So once you get married or even before you get married, you got to teach your woman how to be a wife. So with that being said, to the men out there, it's good to be married. Marriage is honorable. But you got to know how to mold and craft your wife to be a wife. A lot of women don't know how to be a wife going into marriage. So with that being said, y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole marriage thing. Let me know in the comments if you've been married before and you've been divorced before and scared to get married because of the results of that marriage and divorce. Y'all let me know in the comments.
What's up, OG?
It's your man.
OG.
Y'all already know what it is.
Triple.
The next video is Ghetto Talk. Up out of here. Peace.